You see the topic? Let's get straight to it. Why I voted for Trump, November 5th, 2024. Why I voted for Trump. Let's talk about it. I'm just going to start off with his first term, 2017 to 2021. Prosperity, no new wars, decreased border crossing, secure border. So many things that I was skeptical about when he first ran. I didn't think he would do any of the things that he said he would do. I was skeptical. I believed all of the things about him that people were saying that he was going to campaign one way and then govern another. I thought he was a plant. I thought he was an infiltrator of the Republican Party and that he was going to take the party down. That was what I thought in 2016. That's why I voted third party. I made no bones about it. I voted third party. But Donald Trump's first term made me a believer. He governed the way that he said he would. I could take him at his word. When he said he would do certain things, he did them. He appointed the Supreme Court justices that he said. They took down Roe v. Wade. The things he said he would do that I agreed with, he did them. So I don't have a problem with saying that his first term calmed some of my fears about him as a president. So his first term is probably the primary reason why I voted for him this time around. Now, I've already stated this in other places that I base my policy positions on the Bible. All right, that's the second reason, because I believe that the policy positions that Trump adheres to, for the most part, I do not agree with him on all of them. I can link down in the description my ISideWith Profile and how I agree with Trump on 86%, but 86% is enough for me to say this candidate is someone who I can trust, as long as he doesn't go for some of my non-negotiables, then we're good. Okay, but biblical policies. First, the Ten Commandments. Your policies cannot violate God's law as prescribed in the scriptures. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet. These are all things that the opposing party canonizes in their party platform. And these are things that I cannot get down with. And Donald Trump and the Republican Party, for the most part, have biblically based policies. Secure borders. We see that in Exodus 23:31. God establishes borders so they cannot be sinful. Romans 13:1-7, that God gives the government the sword to punish the evildoer. You should only be afraid of the government if you are doing wrong. Now, this is part of the problem. We have a government now that calls good evil and evil good. And that is largely on the left. That's not the right that's doing that. There are some policies that I disagree with the right on, and there's some things that points of contention that I have. But 86% is enough for me to say this is a good use of my vote and a godly use of my vote. 1 Samuel 8:10-17, where God talks about, and I'm going to bring that specific scripture up. All right, this is more of a teaching, all right, not a reaction. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. Okay, this is 1 Samuel, and it reads, this is after the people asked God for a king, and God saying, don't be upset, Samuel. They're not rejecting you, they're rejecting me. Now, so Samuel did all the words that Yahweh told the people who were asking for a king from him. He said, these will be the ways of the king who will reign over you. He will take your sons and appoint them to his chariots and to be his horsemen and to run before his chariots. And he will appoint for himself commanders of thousands and commanders of fifties, and some to plow his ground and to reap his harvest, and to make implements of war and equipment of his chariots. He will take your daughters to be perfumers and cooks and bakers. He will take the best of your fields and vineyards and olive orchards and give them to his servants. He will take the tenth of your grain and of your vineyards and give it to his officers and to his servants. He will take your male servants and female servants and the best of your young men and your donkeys and put them to his work. He will take the tenth of your flocks, and you shall be his slaves. Why do I bring that? Why do I bring that up? The reason why I bring that up is because these are things that God says that a wicked ruler will do. And these are all the things that we see happening from the Democrat Party. They are making us their slaves. They're taking the best of the land. They're taking the best of our money. They're taking 35 to 40% of our taxes and doing with it what they want and giving it to their cronies. Now, this happens on both sides, but it is more pronounced with the Democrat Party. And that's one of the reasons why I do not cast a vote for them, but I cast a vote for the Republicans so that we can continue to move back to the right and we can get some ideas in there that are more libertarian and more God honoring. And that's why I think it's a good use of my vote to vote for Donald Trump, and which is why I did it. All right. And then the second to last one is I'm seeking the welfare of the city. Jeremiah 29. We know that the Israelites are going into, or the Judahites are going into exile. And they're being told, look, you're not coming back here for a while. So when you go to the city, you're going to be exiles, but seek the welfare of their city. Pray for it. Build houses. Give your children to each other and spouses. Like, create homes. Create a life there, because you're not going to be coming out. Now, we're exiles in that we're looking for a heavenly kingdom, and we're looking for a new heavens and a new earth in which righteousness dwells. But we're not to be those who are defeatist and not seek the welfare of the city where we are. We're supposed to seek the welfare of the earth right now. And one of the ways that we do that is by voting for people who will uphold godly principles. It would be much easier to just say, well, if you're a dispensationalist, well, everything's going to hell in a handbasket anyway. Might as well just, vote however I feel like it and let the chips fall where they may. But I don't see that as the biblical model. I see that as we're supposed to seek the welfare of the place where we are and pray and live in such a way that honors God here, so that the place where we're living is better for us having been here. And one of the ways that we can do that as United States citizens is to vote. And we vote effectively for someone who institutes biblical policies, or a party that institutes biblical policies. And finally, the last reason is he displays courage. I end every show with, be on the alert, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. Donald Trump exhibits the virtue of courage. I was actually going to do this video prior to election day, but I decided to hold off and wait on it. But you see the thumbnail has his, the assassination attempt. Some people actually believe that it was a staged attempt. You got to tell that to the family of the man who died. But that seems kind of strange. But the courage that Donald Trump has displayed with the entirety of the uniparty establishment bent upon his destruction, and then ultimately his deletion, is the type of courage that we need to bring this country back. And that's one of the things that I'm interested in promoting on my channel. So I've actually, already voted. My wife and I, we went this morning and we voted. And, we're going to see what the results are. I mean, we're going to do what we do regardless tomorrow morning, no matter who's president, no matter what happens. I still have to love my wife. I still have to raise my children. I still have to go to work. I still have to run my businesses. I still have to improve and seek godly virtue. I still have to live in the city where I am, and I still have to be a light shining in the darkness. Now, one of the funny things is people always see us out and about, and they're like, yo, this is a beautiful family. There's so many things. And then people see what we're doing online and what we're doing with our children. And they talk about how amazing all of that stuff is. And sometimes I wonder, would they be as effusive in their praise if they knew that I'm voting for Donald Trump, right? It's always something that's in the back of my mind. But one of the things that I always say, and I'm going to close it with this, is that we're different, right? If you see something different in my life that's not happening in your life, I always go back to this. We're different because we believe different. There's something that I believe that you don't, or vice versa, that causes you to live the way you live and the way for me to live the way that I live. Because orthodoxy leads to orthopraxy. Your right living comes from right believing. Okay. And so just be mindful of that. I just wanted to put this out here. I'm going to end this. Well, there you go. I'm going to end this right here. Thank you to all the members and subscribers. This was more of a teaching one. I just wanted to put this out here. Until next time, be on the alert, stand firm in the faith, Act like men. Be strong. See y'all around. Bye.